Got another victim for you folks. Um, this was a competitive match. The dude fought hard. He put up a fight, but in the end, I came out on top. I had the superior end game, and I performed better under pressure, and I performed better towards the end of the game, and that's the reason why I got the victory. I beat him 39-30, so I won by a queen. I got my queen back, promoted my pawn to a queen, and I took all his pieces. Couldn't fuck with me. He another victim now. So let me show y'all this match. We had a draw agreement. I let him draw, but I actually was whooping his ass. That's why he wanted to. That's why he offered me a draw. He was black, I was white. Here we go. Moved up 1, 2 actually. He moved down. I always play like this because I want to basically castle early on. But I want to stop him from moving down here and doing something, so I just moved that up to stop that. I just took him, he took me, and that's that. So I moved that bishop there to stop his pawn from coming any further down. He moved his bishop down, and I castled. I moved my queen up, threatening his king. He protected with his knight. Then I threatened his knight with my bishop. He moved his pawn down. And I just said, let me just get that knight out the way. He took him, and then I took that pawn there. And now I'm threatening his rook up there. At this point in the game, I'm only leading by 1.5 to 4. But he came back. He was a good player, like I said. I thought I set him up, but I didn't. I'm going to show y'all where I thought I set him up at later in the game. Moved him down there. He was trying to protect his pawn. So I threatened his bishop. He threatened my queen. I moved my queen all the way down. He moved his bishop up. I moved my queen back up. He moves his queen down. And I gave my pawn protection. He moved his queen up 1, and then I moved my knight up, threatening his bishop. Because I wanted to either take his bishop or take that pawn up there, right here, and maybe do some damage over here, you know. Because right now we just moving, we ain't really inflicting no major pain. So he moves up there, and I move my pawn up to give the other pawn more protection. He castles, and I'm like, he leaving his king open now. That wasn't really the best to move. So I move my bishop up, threatening his bishop. He moves down the other side. I threaten his bishop. He moves it back, and then I just take him. He takes me. I threatened his knight, but then he threatened my knight. And I said, well, let me do this and move right there. He can't take me with his queen. He moves his knight down. What did I do? What did he do? Hold on. He took my pawn. And then I moved up, threatening his queen. He moved over. Then I took his queen. And I thought I had him, but then he checked me and then took my queen. Because I was leading right now 17-8. But I didn't have him because all he had to do was just check me and then take my queen. So now we even in the game 17-17. Like I said, it's a real competitive match. So I took his bishop, then he took my knight. We're 20-20. Competitive match. So then this is where we just, whoever played better, and he had a real chance to win this match. He kind of gave this up at the end because he was up by like 3 pawns. I'm gonna show y'all. He was trying to threaten this pawn right here. I tried to protect that pawn, moving him over. He moved it. He moved his rook over, protecting his pawn, so I couldn't take him. And I just kept moving my pawn up. And then I say, okay, you want to threaten my knight? I threaten your knight. He didn't take mine, but I decided to take his, get him out the way. Then he took mine. Then I took his pawn. He took my pawn. I move over here to get my pawn protection. And then I left that pawn exposed and unprotected. Then I move my pawn up 1. He threatens him, so I had to move over because I didn't want him to put me in check and then I'd be moving all over the place, and he set me up over there. So he moved over. Then I protected with my rook. Now at this part in the game, as you see, he has more pawns than I do. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pawns. I only have 1, 2, 3 pawns. So he should have won this game, but he just let me get back in it. Move him up 1. Watch this. He let me take him. So it's 30-31 now. I move up. And once again, he got 4 pawns. I only have 2. He really could have won this game. He wasn't playing smart. Now he got 4 pawns. I only got 1 pawn. Now look at this part of the game, folks. He had a lot to work with if only he made better moves. If I was him, I would have moved my... Let me see what he ended up doing. He had a lot to work with, you know, but I ended up coming back. I moved him over, trying to threaten him. All he had to do was keep moving that other pawn down. I couldn't stop it. And then bam. So I'm fucking him up. He let me back in it now. It was at one time it was 4 pawns to 1 pawn. And look how he allowed me to get back in this. Look at this. He got 4 pawns, only got 1. And he let me get back in this. I took 3 of his pawns. 1. 2. I did everything in my will to protect my pawn. Taking another one of his pawns. I was just eating his pawns up. He really had a major chance to win. And that's where I got my queen. And I end up taking all his pieces. And that was game. He quit. I mean, he asked for a draw and I gave him a draw. So yeah, wanted to show y'all that game. In the end, I just was the better player. He had, as you see, a real opportunity to win that game towards the end, because at one point in the game, I had 1 rook, he had 1 rook. Of course, I got my king, he got his king, but he had more options, you know, because he had 4 pawns and I only had 1 pawn. And I still managed to protect my pawn and, you know, whoop his ass. So it is what it is. I'm the victor. Another victim under my belt.